Hey, everybody, and welcome to Panicking Podcast, where we look at anxiety through a comedy lens. I'm Steven Rogers.
I'm Andrew Chavone. Thank you all for listening. Thanks for being here. We have a fantastic episode lined up for you with a new camera angle. So if you're watching on YouTube, you get a new side of us.
That's right. This is a really fun episode. We talk about the plans I have for Memorial Day weekend. My parents are coming, and I have a food incident, and it involves this guy right here.
Yep, and we get into the anxiety of, or the thrill of, a musician that you like being involved in your life.
That's right.
I won't give too much away.
We also get into listener topics as such as structuring your time, summer worries like concerts, and
moving into deciding between moving or taking a new job.
That's right. That one is so complicated that it burned my brain. I hope we helped.
I think so.
Stay tuned to listen to that. All that more. Check out our YouTube. Check out our social media. Panic Attacking Podcast, and the YouTube URL is youtube.com/c/Panic Attacking Podcast.
Check it out, everyone. Thanks so much for listening. Stay tuned for the music and the episode.
My heart starts beating really fast. I'm like sweating and trembling.
Me too.
Am I gonna die?
Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the podcast. I'm Steven Rogers.
I'm Andrew Chavone. This is our third attempt, everybody. The first attempt, we weren't ready to talk to each other.
We sort of were fighting.
The second attempt,
I fell apart mentally.
you fell apart mentally. The
And
second,
then you did.
and then I did. And then the second attempt, the phone died. So now we're all set up,
We're all set up.
and we're all warmed up.
We're
'cause-
warmed up. Third time's the charm. You're going to get the energy we should have on the first attempt on the third attempt.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Andrew's got a heart out, and we're also there's no sound coming into my headphones.
Yeah, I know. I'm noticing that.
But I'm gonna keep talking.
What is going on? It's like either you're super low or super high.
Well, that's because I'm bipolar.
Okay.
But
Or you're, you do crack cocaine.
that's right. That's right.
Watermelon sugar high. That's good for me.
Anyways, we're here. We got topics. No Dr. Deb because she's prepping because I think her son's coming over later today.
Yeah, she's
And-
busy. So just real quick, let's just get right into it. You're having a cookout Monday, which I didn't realize was your birthday cookout until yesterday. You revealed that to me.
Well, I'm the same as you. I don't want people to know it's my birthday. I
Yeah.
just want people there.
Because you sent an invite that just said, I'm having a cookout. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh. And then you said your parents don't have a place to sleep. And I said, well, why don't you move your cookout and then just wait for your couch to come that has a pull-out. And you said, well, it's actually my birthday, so I can't really.
Right.
And I was like, oh, my God.
They have a place to sleep. It's just the pull-out couch that Caitlin and I would sleep on when they visit is not going to be here.
Yeah.
So we're staying in Joe and Sarah's guest room.
I cannot believe this is happening. I was thinking about this after you told me.
Yeah.
You're asking another person that you could stay with, like that's like the biggest anxiety of my life, to ask somebody else to sleep at their place.
Well, it's not in their apartment. It's below our apartment. So it's not like we'll be walking in their place.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
So you have your own entrance?
Yes. That's the only reason we felt comfortable doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is it like? A bed and
Yeah.
That's so weird. In New York City, you just have a downstairs with a bed.
Well,
but he is doing pretty well.
Yeah, he's doing great. Netflix.
Rogan.
Seth. And anyways, yeah, so we're staying down there, but it's just for 2 nights. And we won't be there during the day. It's not like we're using it like a hotel room.
Okay.
We just take, a 5-hour nap and come upstairs.
When you told me that, I was like, so mind blown.
I know. I was looking at your face.
Because I would sleep in a tent outside rather than ask somebody to sleep in their house.
Well, I thought we would stay in our home, but Caitlin's like, we need a bed. And I'm like, oh, okay. I would rather do a tent in our living room because I'm the same as you. But she's like, no, let's just do it.
Okay, so you had like the gun to your head.
But
girlfriend.
she had me ask. So it was her idea, but I asked.
If I had to ask, I'd be like, by the way, my girlfriend wants to sleep in your place. Is that okay? Like, I would just throw her under the bus.
All I did was every time I asked, I went like this. Towards her.
And what was his reaction when he asked? Was it...
Well, here's my first anxiety. I sent it in a group text to Sarah and Joe, and Sarah wrote back, works for me. No answer from Joe.
Okay.
And a day goes by, 2 days go by. I'm like, oh my God, he hates me. He's not going to say anything because
I would think.
He's just like me, and we don't say what things are bothering us. And then I see him. Then I go, Kate, he hasn't answered. He hates me. And she goes, I saw him at the cellar. He was like, yeah, no problem. And then I saw him in person. I'm like, hey, thanks so much. He's like, yeah, of course. I was freaking out for no reason.
Well, he should have texted you.
That's all right.
But also... He said on his podcast, because...
oh, no.
He didn't talk about you staying in his place, but he said, like, oh, I got the neighbors coming in. They're going to want to borrow sugar all the time and stuff.
Oh, I know.
And then you take it to the 10th degree and
I
you're sleeping in their
know.
place.
But it's only happening this one time. It'll never happen again.
I know. I just think it's funny. Okay.
It's funny. I just... he's shooting a sketch, and he had me be in it today.
Oh, good.
And... in the sketch, he pretends to beat me up, and I'm like, this is because of the guest room.
Hey, I'd be more comfortable with that. I'm like, hey, beat me up. Just let me sleep there. I'll do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, I really want to go method, so I'm actually going to beat you up. Oh, yeah, sure. And he's yelling, this is for taking advantage of me. I'm like, is this part of the sketch? And he's like, yeah, sure. I'm like, where are the cameras? But
yeah, he takes money out of your wallet. Counts it. He's like, this will be enough. And you're like, that's really great. He's like, huh?
This is so funny.
Yeah, this is going to go great on YouTube.
What?
You what? That reminds me of when I was first moving here from Virginia, I was looking at places, but I had no place to stay. I also was dead broke, but I knew a guy up here, and I was like, hey, I'm coming into town. We should hang out.
Oh, no.
And I was like, I really hope he asked me to stay, but I'm not going to ask him because I'm too anxious. And then, like, we're just, like, drinking and eating, and he's like, do you have anywhere to stay? And I go, a couple of options.
You got the hobo stick
Yeah.
on your shoulder?
I got a big suitcase, and...
I heard there's a freight train nearby.
Yeah, I was looking at this underpass or overpass, and looked pretty comfortable. It keeps you dry, at least.
Did you stay there?
Yeah, he was like, well, I mean, you can stay here.
Oh,
and I'm
boy.
like, well, if you insist.
You're tucking yourself in his bed.
I have a sleepy cap on and like a Scrooge candle.
I always thought the expression nightcap was the sleepy cap.
I thought that too.
Right.
I still don't know what it is.
It's a drink. How about a nightcap?
What does that mean?
Like a drink at my place.
But what's the logic of that word, though? What are you capping
I don't know.
with a drink?
I guess maybe scotch. Scotch has a cap.
Right. Maybe, but so I always picture that too. Like, how about a nightcap? I'm like, yeah, I guess it is pretty cold. Do you have one of my size? My head's pretty big.
Also, can I stay with you?
He's like, you can stay here if you want. I'm in bed with the covers pulled up to my nose. Okay.
Yeah, read me a story. Then you're like, where are you going to sleep?
I was like, wow, thank God. That was like probably my darkest moment. I was like, I'm literally homeless right now.
Where did you sleep? On his couch?
On his couch, yeah.
Wow.
But my option B was in the car.
in the truck bed.
Literally, bed.
Wow. But yeah, so I'm over that anxiety. I mean, I'm going to go through the anxiety again when I stay in their guest room, but
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how he handles it.
I'm interested to see how we all But he's coming to the cookout, which
great.
is our first topic. But yeah, he's coming to the cookout, and I'm going to be giving him extra special treatment. He's going to be the only one that has steak.
Crab legs.
Yeah. That one where it's on fire.
I know what you mean flambe.
Yeah. So yeah, I talked to you about this on the bonus. I'm cooking, and my parents are coming, and they sent me a pressure cooker, and it's my grandpa's old pressure cooker. They're like, this is just hanging around.
Well, let's set up before you say that. I said, I don't think you're going to make enough food with just a pressure cooker.
And I was like, you're wrong. I'm going to show you. And I was like Rocky. I put on my sweats and I started hitting pork.
I've never seen you so defensive. I make fun of everything you do, and then me saying I don't think you'll have enough food. You really perked up, and
I think it's because anytime anyone insults me, I'm like, whatever. I also hate myself. But when it's something where I'd be making stuff for other people, I'm like, no, they're gonna be full.
Yeah, I'm not following that.
I'm more defensive of taking care of people than I am of just myself.
Okay, you want everyone to have a good time. And,
yeah.
Me saying there's not enough food will take that away from you.
Yeah, because I'm like, there needs to be enough food.
Well, how many people confirmed? So what's the guest list?
I think we're up to 45.
Are you serious?
No.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna. As you can see, I have lots on my mind. Thank God no one's seeing takes 1 and 2 of this episode. But I have lost track of how many people are coming.
Oh, really?
I have lost track. I know Maddie's coming.
Okay.
With a friend. And
she is. She didn't tell me a friend.
Yeah, and then I love that when you said that you looked into.
This is a shock. Now I'm thinking wouldn't it be great if the friend was me and is a big surprise?
Oh my God. And then you're like, just seeing if there's enough food.
And then I show
Also,
up.
can I stay here?
Also, and I show up, there's no food. Told ya.
You're like my Newman. Hello, Andrew. So Maddie, and once Maddie said she was coming, I was like, I have to have enough food.
Because she's my eyes and ears.
They have nightly meetings about me. I know there's gonna be one tonight.
No, there won't be.
It'll be a conference call. So
it's gonna be a performance review.
I'm like, that's like the health inspector coming. I gotta have enough food.
It's like the one time you clean the kitchen.
So pressure cooker comes in the mail.
A lot of pressure there.
This whole weekend's a pressure cooker.
Might as well just serve yourself.
Oh man. So I don't feel like I have pulled pork, but I feel like a jerk chicken.
I'm being pulled pork in every direction.
Yeah. Quit porking me. Quit pulling my pork.
Quit porking my leg.
So pressure cooker. Pressure cooker comes.
I picture you opening the box of the pressure cooker and
it's like Pulp Fiction. What's glowing?
Yeah, that and Under Pressure plays by Queen.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, I opened it and it's broken, and then I pull it out, and all the pieces come out like do. With that many pieces.
Do.
I'm screwed. It's broken. It broke in the delivery.
Oh, it broke in the delivery. Okay.
DiGiorno.
Because I was like, oh, you should complain, and they'll send you a new one. Little did I know, it's
it's my grandpa's.
Your grandpa. This poor old man. You're taking his food.
He's passed away, and so is the pressure cooker. But
He's passed. Oh, okay.
He's passed on, and so is the cooker. So the pressure cooker's broken, and I'm like, oh. And you're like over my head, like in those movies where it shows when they're thinking about the previous scene, and it just shows the echo of what they said.
The flashback.
There won't be enough food. And I'm like, no, Andrew. And then I went out and bought a grill immediately.
Whoa. Well, now this is topsy-turvy. You went from pulled pork to now you can't cook pork on a grill.
No, the menu's changed. Nobody knows.
But do you still have the pork ingredients?
No.
Oh, okay. I have one you may be able to borrow.
Well, now...
Would you be interested in that?
No, I bought a grill.
Well, now you'll have enough food. You'll have the pulled pork and you have other things.
Oh, that's true. No, I can't have your assist. I have to prove you wrong without your help.
Oh, my God. I like it how you had the idea of pulled pork on the menu. This is going to be the main course.
Yes.
No means to make it at all.
Well, I know I make... Quit being so means. Well, I had a strategy. I was like,
you put the pork.
I was gonna pull the pork out of my ass.
You put the pork before the pull.
My thinking was, all right.
You put all your pork in one cooker.
I didn't realize how much my pork was cooked. My goose. I was like, here's my thinking. What do I make well? And I make a good pulled pork. And I'm like, I could make that. I don't have a pressure cooker. Oh, my parents have a pressure cooker at their place. They have an extra one. They could send me that pressure cooker. And that was the end. And I was like, and all of this will go well.
So that was okay. So I don't think I expressed it enough on our bonus episode. My concern with the pressure cooker is how long does it take to make pulled pork? A couple hours?
Yeah.
Say you get a little more guests coming. If you just have a grill, you can be like, all right, I'm going to throw a couple more burgers on.
Right.
You can't be like, all right, can you just hang around for 4 hours because the pork has to...
Right. But I've already done this. I've had a trial run last summer. Mm-hmm. I made it for everyone at my last place.
Yeah.
And we had a bunch of people. And I made a huge bowl of pork.
Okay.
And it worked.
I know, but my concern is that was before reopening. So now,
right.
Guest list a little bit limited. People are a little hesitant to bring people.
Sure, this party is a bringer, so everybody has to bring 5 people.
BYO pork
in order to come. Bring your own pressure cooker.
BYO PC.
2 PC. I need 2 PCs.
Well, maybe that's my own anxiety of not having enough food. So I'd be like, the main course will be something easy to remake in case.
We got
overflow.
Yeah, I mean, just like my pressure cooker, you shattered my plans.
Your plans are in a pile of pieces.
Yeah. I'm taking pictures of my plans and sending them to my parents. Look what happened.
You're mixing your plans with some barbecue sauce and putting it on a bun. It's all pulled.
Yeah, so I pulled, and now it's
you pulled the cord on the pork.
Yes, and now it's burgers and dogs, and maybe more stuff.
I feel like that's a good menu for a cookout. You know, the dogs don't cost a lot.
Yeah, and who let them out?
Just throw them on. They don't even need to be cooked. You can eat them raw. I would never. I mean, maybe I did it once or twice.
Raw dogging.
Maybe I did that once or twice in my life, but.
Let me guess. When you were sleeping in your car.
Excuse me, sir. Why are you homeless? I'm anxious. I'm scared to ask people.
To be on the podcast. It's a call back to something that no one will see. Anyways, I got. Side note, did we really turn this episode around?
Yeah. I mean, we usually can.
Yeah, we do a good job. We really pulled pork this out of our ass.
We usually.
So, parents coming, cooking for all these people. And then I had to put a grill together. I had to put patio furniture together.
You got to pull a grill.
Got to pull the grill, pull the pork, flip the bergs. Iceberg did ahead. I'm still knowing that you're going to have someone report back to you on how this cookout goes.
Yeah. Do we say that on this recording, or was it a prior one that Maddie's coming? And
We said it on this one.
She's going to be my eyes and mouth.
And if it's cook bag, eyes and rears.
It's going to be my avatar.
I'm going to be slipping Pepto-Bismol in her drink just to make sure that if I do make it bad, she doesn't get sick and and credit me.
If there's a tall blue alien with dreadlocks, that's actually me there. I'm asleep in my tank at home. That's my avatar.
Oh, wow. Nice callback to 2008.
Full disclosure, I watched that last night on Disney Plus. Does not hold up at all.
Neither does the reference.
That's true. I have this bad habit of watching some random thing, and then that is my joke reference.
You're like, that's when I had a sled called Rosebud. And I'm like, what?
Because I remember on Renan's episode, I was like, yeah, that's just like Steve Urkel. And he's like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I watched that. And he's like, I still don't understand why you said that. I'm like, I really don't either.
That's the problem with being able to binge anything or watch anything now is your references are god awful.
I know. There's no like what's the thing everyone watches now? It used to be Game of Thrones. Now, like, is there one thing everyone watches?
Succession?
I guess, yeah.
I don't know.
It's got to be an HBO.
Well, there's been a year of people not being able to make anything
new, right? And then the thing they do make new is like just like the Army of the Dead, like, you know, Tig Notaro CGI'd in.
Oh yeah,
and it's like, I know this could be good if you just made it on a different year, you know, like
right.
This could be really good, but they're just they just have to put out something.
Yeah, but I had no idea until I read about it. So,
oh okay, yeah, I read about it too early.
Oh,
by the way, this was on the Patreon. You do a great Tig Notaro. I don't know if you.
No, I do a good Todd Barry. My hair's a good Tig Notaro.
No, I think you do. You did a good Tig Notaro.
I didn't do Tig Notaro.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, just you did.
What's up, guys? No, I don't.
Do you remember a line from the movie Army of the Dead?
Oh, that was when we were doing the whisper thing.
Yeah.
Oh, but that was just making fun of how low her sound was.
But you making fun of her was a good impression.
Okay. Look out, guys. The zombies are coming.
No.
See, that's not...
Your heart wasn't in that one. We joked about...
Like, this is just like that scene in Avatar when...
we joked about how in Army of the Dead, Tig Notaro still whispers no matter what's going on. Like, even if a zombie's about to eat her arm, she's like, oh no. I did
a Todd Barry. I didn't do Tig.
All right, well, why don't you do Todd Barry as Tig, and then probably the same impression. Do you remember a line from the movie?
I don't.
All right, why don't you say, oh no, the zombies are coming.
That's what oh no, the zombies are coming. That's the best Todd Barry I can do.
By the way, I saw Caitlin tweet about installing a bidet.
Oh yeah.
That's
yep.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And we might be getting a free one because of all her tweets about it.
Picturing him on a toilet is disturbing.
Step 1, take the world's most relaxed crap.
Step 2, no toilet paper.
When I have a bad day, I use my bad day.
Talk about a bad moon rising.
It was the number 2 movie.
Oh my God! All right. Well, that was a good. So you feeling a little better about the barbecue?
Not at all.
Well, now you got the grill.
No. Maddie just came in and it reminded me.
What sides are you cooking up?
What are my side gigs? Well,
Side piece.
my side pieces. I don't know. I'm still scrambling. I have to leave tomorrow for Rhode Island. Caitlin's been gone literally every day, all day.
Where's she going?
She art gallery gig and then comedy all night.
I thought she was just ditching you.
I mean, probably. We'd probably cut to her in a second home.
She's at a pool with sunglasses on. Can't wait for that barbecue in a couple days.
Yeah, I wonder what that loser's going to make. I can tell you this, he'll make it alone. I have no idea. You know what I know? I'm going to make I make really good like wedge potato fries.
That's good.
But that's about it. That's all I can think of on the top of my head.
All you have to do is go to Wegmans. It's in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
They have these big trays that you can buy there of macaroni salad, coleslaw, and whatever. They have everything in these big trays.
Well, other people...
Oh, and you're a Costco member too, right?
Yeah, that's Caitlin and my folks are on... And Caitlin are on side duty.
Okay, good. All right.
I built this grill. I went out and got this grill with my bare hands and put it together in my kitchen, and I'm on grill duty.
Okay.
I can't be calling the slaw and all that.
Well, I'm not saying make the slaw. I'm saying
I know, but going out and get it, I can't.
Because I feel like when I make the slaw or somebody makes homemade slaw, I'm like, ooh, something's off about this. I don't know.
I think it's just the taste of coleslaw.
I think it has to be like processed and chemically to taste like coleslaw. Homemade coleslaw is just like wet lettuce with white.
I've got that.
You do.
That's my personality type. Yeah, so that's what's been stressing me out lately, and this episode comes out while I'm in the middle of it. I'll be in the trenches when people are listening to this.
That's gonna be exciting. We should live feed the cookout.
I'm gonna be feeding them live.
Live fleet.
The chances of having pulled pork are fleeting.
All right. So I got a topic. If you're done with yours.
Yeah.
So no this involves Maddie. No hate against her or whatever, because I talked about it with her and she's... But here's the story. So I'm at my computer. Maddie comes in and goes, "Hey, do you know Neo?" And I go, "From the Matrix?" She's like, "Ugh." She just walks away. I'm like, that's weird. I like the Matrix. I just saw Avatar.
Nice that you picked an older movie than Avatar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Neo from the Matrix.
I was like, maybe she thinks that's what the Matrix is called, Neo. You know. I'm like, you think the sequel's called Agent Smith?
Smiths.
The Smiths. Well, that's her name, too. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Her last name is Smith.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Man, Agent Smith, he's got a good career.
Yeah, and a daughter, apparently.
I again, this is another weird aside, but I read that there was originally a different actor booked for Agent Smith. I think he was like a high-powered, famous actor. I forget who it was. And he looked at the contract and he was like, "Oh, you got to film in Australia for a month? I can't do that. I'm too successful to go to Australia for a month."
Right.
Hugo Weaving was like, "I live there. Take me."
Oh, wow.
He got booked just because where he lived.
I didn't know he lived there.
He's Australian. Or he's from there.
Well, he's so good at what he does. He
so
has
good.
a different voice and everything.
And then from The Matrix, he got Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's like, I don't know what else he's in now.
He was in the first Captain America.
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a period of 10 years where he was in literally every movie. That was good.
He was weaving in and out of every... Hugo there, Hugo there, Hugo there.
Like, what's your middle name? Basket. So I was just like, oh, whatever. So she goes to bed. I'm still up. I check, social media, and I see a post from her that says, I got an interesting DM today. And she screenshotted the DM. I open it
and
up.
It was Hugo weaving.
It was Hugo. It was Neo. N-E-Y-O.
Yeah.
The R&B singer DM'd Maddie because he said that she saw one of the Wild 'N Out clips, saw that her last name's Smith. His real last name is Smith.
Wow.
And he has a daughter named Maddie, and he said, my daughter's name's Maddie. This is crazy. And then he followed her.
Wow.
So now thinking about it, my mind was blown because my first job in New York, I worked, I know you never worked in an office, but ever see a movie in an office where there's one desk? Okay, you ever see the movie with Will Ferrell and...
Are you about to... You think you have to explain what an office looks like to me?
I was trying to explain like a certain setup.
Okay.
You ever see that movie with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg where they're...
The other guys.
Yeah. No, is that what it's called? Oh, yeah, because there's the other guys and then there's the nice guys.
No, it's the other guys. Yes, and then they also did the Parent movie together. So I don't know which one you're referencing.
Well, does that have guys in it? The word guys?
Oh, it's the other guys.
Okay, so the other guys, you know how they have the desk and they just look at each other?
Yeah.
So I had to work in a situation like that where I just looked at this other person.
Right.
And
With
Neo, yeah. And I had just moved to, New York. I'm used to...
Neo York.
Neo York.
New York.
I was used to... all I did was listen to heavy metal, basically. What you are now. I would never listen to rap.
Yeah.
No... not even pop music. I didn't even like that. I just like the same 5 bands,
right?
All their CDs,
right.
Just over and over again. That's why I listened in my car. That's why I listened at home, and that's all I wanted to listen to was just hard rock because that's all I listened to since I was 13 or 12.
Yeah.
And at this age, I was in my 20s, so long time of this. So, my first day sitting across from this woman. She's like, should I put on music? Because it was weird silence, and I'm like, sure. Thinking in my head, okay, she's gonna play Korn.
That should be one of my sides. Okay, sorry.
It should be, yeah. So then this electronic drum beat sounds, and I'm like, oh, and then she starts playing Neo, and I'm like. And in my head, I'm like, this is awful. I was cringing. I was
right.
I couldn't work because it was so bad. And then that song ends. I'm like, thank God. What's going to be next? New Limp Bizkit, hopefully? No. It's another Neo song. She's playing the CD. And then I was like, oh, I can't take it. But, she was technically my boss, too. She was, there longer than me, so I couldn't say, turn this off.
Right,
We weren't
right.
equals, so I just had to, listen to this whole album. And then at the end of the day, I was like, man, that was brutal, but at least it's over. Next day, she's like, music? Oh, never mind. Let me turn this off. Or maybe, I think we're good.
You're fine.
I was like, music? She said music, and I'm like, sure. Same CD. The song starts from the day before.
That's her Korn.
That's her Korn. Is Neo. And then same thing, this music again. And then maybe 2 weeks of this, she plays the same CD. By the second week, I'm like, hey, you gonna put on Neo? I couldn't get. It's 8:59. We start at 9. Hey, might as well.
Where's
crank
the
that up.
Neo?
Yeah, I was brainwashed into liking Neo from exposure, you know? And plus, I was tired. It was the first time I had a job, so I was like all sleepy. So I was more, you know, you ever see these movies about cults like Scientology, how they keep you, they keep you up all night. They keep you sleep deprived, so you're more susceptible to influence.
Right.
So I was sleep deprived and stressed, and I was like, osmosis, my will to hate Neo broke down. And out of that grew a fondness of Neo.
Neo sounds like a cult chant.
Neo. That's probably a cult leader. Hello.
I'm Neo.
I'm Neo. Welcome to our world. It's like a shack in the middle of Idaho. World? Now sit at this desk across from somebody else.
And hit play. And then the repeat button.
Play over and over until you go mad. So then I was listening to it in the car ride home from work. I'm like, this album's great. I think I ordered it on iTunes or whatever.
Neo weaving.
Neo got a Neo fan.
Out with the yo and in with the knee.
Elbows, Neo, and toes. Knee toes.
Head, shoulders, Neo.
Surprised he hasn't remixed that song. That'd be great. I'm like at home listening to Neo, you know. And then the job ended and never listened to Neo again. But when it comes on, I'm like, yeah, this is great. Turn it up.
Yeah, you put the furniture together.
And it also like opened my will to like R&B music and pop and all that. So I started listening to pop radio, and can't remember who was popular at that time. Oh, I'm so bad with names. Who's that one that had a bad relationship with Chris Brown?
Rihanna?
Yes.
You really sugarcoated that.
Chris Brown, fellow Virginian, who we're not proud of.
Yeah, I wouldn't tack yourself onto him.
You know what's funny? So my parents have that house at the river. He is from that town, and are from near that town. And then when when people would like visit or something, I would take them down, and I'd be like, "That's like where Chris Brown lives." And then he got arrested, convicted. And I swear to God, I point out, that's where he's in prison. Like, he's in jail in that town. I think in my head, or maybe that might be Michael Vick who's in there. But
Michael Vick's Virginia as well?
He went to Virginia Tech. The dog ring was in Virginia. And I think I can't remember maybe they're both in the same jail. I don't know. Maybe.
Their desks are together listening to Neo.
But I still was proud. I'm like, that's where they live.
Yeah, because they were great people, and their art was great. And
well, Michael Vick wasn't an artist.
I know.
Well, whatever. Anyways, I feel like this is controversial, but like.
Well, no, we're not fighting on their team.
well, you know how some places have a sign that says "Home of Paul Reiser" or something. Our prison said that.
Did it really?
No. Anyways, everybody.
That would be insane if a prison went, hey, we got some famous people in here.
Why don't you come visit? Visiting hours are 9 to 2.
Conjugal.
Oh, my God. This reminds me of another story, but just remind me of jail.
Is it the time you were in Neo's city and you hit him up without a place to stay? And
I said, yo, I need a place. I went to grad school. They had this summer program where you can get paid to tutor people who were like underprivileged, and they didn't have the undergrad grades to go to grad school, but you could help them out. And then if they did certain well in a like a satellite class, they'd be admitted to the program even though they didn't have the grades or whatever.
Sure.
So I was in there and I got assigned. I think I would just get paid like $10 an hour, and then they would assign you certain students, and you would have to like teach them or help them out. And I didn't know what I was doing, and plus I was nervous, so I was like, you know, I was a horrible explainer, and I probably hurt their grades, and I had no qualifications at all for teaching. I just had gone to that school for a year, so they're like, you're whatever.
Right.
So this guy I got assigned to, he would invite me over. He had like all these suits, and I'm like, you got a lot of suits there. And he was like older and like jacked, and you know, but he wasn't like getting like what I was teaching him. It was probably my fault. I was bad at explaining. And then I heard like a rumor about him that he was like an ex-convict, and I was like, well, that's interesting. I'm in his house. He is really strong. Nothing wrong with ex-convicts, or
No.
you know. So I went home. I Googled his name, and the first thing that came up was a forum for people who write to prisoners. Like there's an internet forum
Right.
of lonely women.
Oh, and people would write to him.
Well, that was one of the posts. They're like, "Do you talk to Bill?" He, and then the comments were like, "Yeah, I talked to him. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me three. Me
Oh
three."
my God. This is a popular man. Was he attractive?
He was kind of attractive, yeah. But I think the common thread in that was like, you know, he used me for money, and you know, and then somebody was like, "Well, what did you think was going to happen? I mean, he's a prisoner." Like, what?
He told me he needed a suit.
So I was like, "Oh, this explains." Yeah, exactly. This explains his wardrobe. These women, these lonely women, are mailing him checks.
That explains when you came to tutor him. He was like, "Now, how would I fraud someone?"
Right. What's the background for that? I'm like, I'm teaching you science, man.
He was like, "All right, what's the science of ripping someone off?"
Oh man, it's so funny. And then I think I like stopped picking him, you know,
Right.
because I thought he might fraud me. I don't know.
What, did you find him attractive?
No, but he did fail out of the program.
Wow. Crazy.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? There's like a forum for anything. Like literally, like you have any hobby, any activity on earth, there's a dozen people who have the same thing as you.
Oh, for sure.
Like, and that really like put that in my mind. And you know, you could pick anything. Like, I like there's a plant right here. I like to rub leaves on my face. There's probably a group online that does that. Probably somebody will do it for you.
Leave me alone.
Just leave me alone. That's
Just leave it.
just right.
Whoa.
Oh, we're too in sync.
Yeah, that riff synced. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Oh, the Neo. We went on a huge tangent from Neo. What?
Oh. So she wrote back and said, "Thanks for being a fan" or whatever. And I mean, there's no story there, but
Right.
the story was me liking Neo. I feel like. Oh, the story is. Also, I was like, why don't you lead with this? Of Neo sent me Neo the R&B singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Neo sent me a message, because you'll know that the character didn't send you a message.
Or I'd be even more impressed. He did?
Oh, he probably did it with his mind. He's in the Matrix.
Yeah, maybe he's trying to signal that you should escape.
Did he send you a blue pill emoji or a red pill emoji?
Wouldn't that be insane? You just wake up to your emojis or your messages and it's Keanu Reeves' character?
That'd be insane.
Yeah.
Aren't they making new ones?
Neo ones? They are, but I think there's like a lot of controversy of people leaving the project. I don't know. I think it's been in the works a while. That's every project these days. Like I've been
Right.
following the Lord of the Rings they're making a series, and
Oh yeah.
I think
and there's some controversy about that too.
well, I just read like, oh, this guy left, this guy's leaving, this guy stinks, and
This guy's weaving.
this guy's leaving. But now the budget has gone up $100 million. So I'm like, this is gonna be horrible. I've been looking forward to this for so long, but it's gonna stink.
Oh boy. Well, we should get into the topics here
All right.
because you got a heart out, and I gotta probably build another thing for the backyard. Tweeter,
You gotta order some corn cob holders that will arrive without the spikes.
That was great. I have nothing else to add. Tweeter the Great. I'm anxious about this summer, traveling, going to concerts, etc. All the triggers of my panic attacks.
Who wrote that?
Tweeter the Great.
Oh, okay. Tweeter's a new follower, a new listener. Hey, man, how you doing? Okay, so
Anxious about this summer, traveling, going to concerts, etc. All triggers for my panic attacks.
well, you must have just had the year of your life. You must have the best year ever this
yeah,
past year.
avoiding the things that stop you from going.
Or like, literally illegal to have a concert or any kind of traveling going on.
Yeah, I can understand where concerts make you anxious. There's so many people there, and if that's what's going to happen this year, is it, it's a huge change from the last year. It's going to feel weird to be around that many people.
Yeah, it's like really hard. I have that too because we're in New York City. I go see shows at Madison Square Garden, and then when the show ends, everyone leaves at once.
Yeah, and it's huge hordes of people.
Literally a stampede. Like you see the newsreels or whatever, old footage of cattle rustling.
It looks like Army of the Dead with all the zombies. Look out, guys! There's a zombie.
Look out, guys! The show just ended.
Anyone got to use the bathroom?
So, and then like I have this like crazy thought every time people are jammed in this small hallway where you're about to, because there's no elevators in Madison Square Garden, or maybe there are, but for like people who can't use the stairs.
Right.
So everyone's like going down these long ramps, and I'm like, man, some bomb could go off and we could all die. It
bothers me how much I have that thought.
You have that same thought?
I have that thought whenever I'm with a lot of people. I'm like, oh, God.
I'm like, this is a target.
Pressure cooker.
Oh,
we're in a pressure cooker. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. I meant like a pressure cooker situation.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You're like, this feels like a marathon.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that was used.
How did you not know that?
I just forgot. I knew that. I forgot.
I thought that's the reference you were making at the beginning.
I meant like pressure cooker situation. Isn't that a expression?
Maybe.
And then calling back to my anxiety from earlier.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh boy.
Talk about prisoners.
Do some edits here.
I think it's fine. I think we're fine.
Anyways, yeah, I think it's going to be a little weird at the concerts, but I think, if you're uncomfortable, wear a mask.
No, I think he's saying he's always been nervous about concerts.
Right. I'm just, okay. Yeah, then I wouldn't go.
Well, you can, don't restrain yourself of fun.
Yeah, maybe pick an area, pick a seat where, it's not as crowded. I don't know.
Pick a seat close to the exit, maybe.
Yeah, or sit in your seat and wait for most of the people to leave.
That's true. Yeah. If I were you, what I would do, pick a seat right in the middle of the row. That way, people aren't asking you to get up.
Right, they're
not coming in and out.
Yeah.
You'd be trapped there, which is bad when you need to go to the bathroom.
Right.
But maybe you could get a seat in the middle. You know how they have these sections where there's like a concrete walkway and then like another thing?
Yeah.
Like you're not in the front row, but it kind of looks like you're in a front row of something. But
right.
You're just in it. So maybe in the middle there. That way you can climb over your seat.
Right.
Then
right.
you have freedom of ease.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's like probably the best seat in the house.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. So then, easy for you to come and go. Not people are walking around, and then just wait for everyone to clear out, and then pop on out.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now Matt Moves Mountains sent us a chart.
Oh God.
and he was like, have you guys covered this? Can you? It's one of the main things I do in life, squander in circles. And it's a chart. It says unstructured time. There are things I need to do. There are also things I want to do. I can't do both. I guess I'll do nothing. And it's on
circle,
our Twitter.
It's a circle design.
And we just retweeted it. It's truly what I go through so much that we have had discussions about it.
Yeah, it's happened before they recorded. I'm like, hey, did you do that thing? You're like, no, I'll do it right now. And then you literally did it in 1 second.
I know.
And I was like, why don't you just do that 2 weeks ago? It took you literally a second. I watched you.
But I get all overwhelmed that if I don't do a thing right when I'm thinking about it, it goes right into the pile of things that don't get touched.
Yeah, but do you have like to-do lists or calendars or how are you working? Because maybe you need to work a little smarter or something.
Yeah, that's certainly the issue. I'm not working smarter. So
because this could answer Matt's and yours at the same time.
I today was writing out a list of how I should structure my work.
You have a list of the list?
Yeah.
List how to do the list?
Yeah, and then I'm starting a new list of what order I should tackle the list. But
the Joe list.
Yeah, I got a list next door.
You got a list 6 feet long.
But how do you work smart?
Every day I have an Evernote. I don't know if you have that.
Yeah.
I have a computer. I have Evernote open, and I have a list, and Evernote lets you put bubbles next to things.
Yeah.
And then I can click on the bubble, and it makes a check. So
I know how...
well,
I know how a list gets checked.
Well, there's a bubble.
No.
Just because there's a bubble doesn't mean you can check it off. I mean, it's virtual. I don't have a pen and paper.
No, that's not... Yeah, I understand. How do you structure your list? How do you do the list?
I put in everything I need to do today. I'll spend 5 minutes brainstorming. Okay, I need to do this. Probably need to do that. Need to do this. I'll divide it up into categories like comedy fun, comedy work. Podcast will be in there, and then
that's only under work.
Podcast will be its own separate thing. Actually, it could be under comedy work too.
Yeah.
And then regular work, other things I need to do, like go to the store and get this and order this, order that, pay this bill, pay that bill.
Right.
And then I'll usually, once I write it all in with the bubbles, at the end of the day, it's usually all done. And then I'll check it, in the evening, like when I have more free time, like I'm home and I got like 2 hours before I go to bed. I'm like, let me check this.
Right.
Haven't done that yet. All right, that'll take literally a second. I'll just round it out. Yeah, you just have to. The only way to get everything done is writing out what you need to do and then doing it. That's pretty easy.
Yeah, I don't do that.
It sounds easier than it is, but that works for me.
That's great.
Because then it just gets you thinking of like, okay, I need to do this stuff. And then you literally have all day to do it. So I do it in the morning and then I have all day to do it.
That's great.
Yeah. So I don't know if you have Evernote.
Well, any sort of notes app or anything, because Notes on iPhone also has the bubble.
Well, what are you doing now to get things done? Do you have any system?
No, that's where our problems have come from.
So right now you got no system.
Yeah, I don't have a pressure cooker.
What? What is going on here? What you have you have a lot of time. Time is going to get shorter, because you're going to get busier.
Yeah, I know. I guess
that's what Matt's saying too. He has a lot of time here.
Yeah, that's what I'm. You are someone that has it figured out, so that's why he and I are looking at you.
That's what you do, man. You make the lists, and then you say, also, I have like to-do days, and I'll have to-do weeks. Just kind of. I'll have kind of a broader picture, but I kind of cut that out. Now I just do the daily one.
I think one day at a time is a great idea, and it's less overwhelming.
Yeah, and then I can carry over. Okay, I didn't get to this. Carrying it over to from yesterday's to today's, and that'll be the first thing I do.
That's great.
Is the carryover.
I love it.
Yeah. So Recommend Evernote if you have a computer because you can put in the bubbles. They're kind of hard to find, but
It's free.
yeah, well, Evernote's a free app, yeah, and it locks in with your computer and your phone and any browser you log into. So even if you're in like Lake Titicaca or something, I was trying to think of a fun.
The planet in Avatar.
Yeah, I was trying to think, which is called Pandora, which only I know.
Don't go on that app. They don't have notes.
Like, no matter where you are, you just log into Evernote and your list will be there. So
That's great.
Yeah. What time are we? Okay, we got time for the last topic. So Matt, try to do that. Try to make the list and make it daily. And then, like I said, carry over what you didn't do the day before. Make that the first thing you do.
I don't see another one.
Yeah, we have one from Steve Katz.
Oh, it's in our messages.
Oh yeah.
All right, anxiety alert. I got a Brooklyn job offer that would pay me more, but I live in New Jersey and just moved into the apartment in April. The job had better benefits, more job stability, and gets me into the city to be closer to shows and clubs to potentially perform.
Mm-hmm.
However, living in New Jersey, the commute would be 3 to 5 hours every day. Oh my God.
Well, how would you handle that?
I mean, did he say a thing about a lease? No. It sounds like he doesn't have a lease.
He just says he lives in Jersey, or he re-signed a lease.
I live in New Jersey and just moved into the apartment in April.
Oh, just moved in. Okay.
Well, I would assume you have a lease, but maybe if you have a lease, I would say you're stuck, and we'll have to do the 3 to 5 hours a day if you take the job.
I asked him a follow-up question on the DM. He said the pay is $10,000 more, right? Isn't that what he said?
The lease doesn't allow me to sublet, and they can charge me the balance of the lease if I break it.
That sucks.
Oh, on the surface, it's a $10,000 raise, but commuting expenses and taxes means I'll probably break even.
Oh, yeah, there's more taxes in New York City.
Yeah.
All right, so this is what I would do. I would, if this is like a once-in-a-lifetime offer, get a really crappy apartment in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And just eat the cost of the New Jersey place.
Right. If you're trying to do more stand-up, I mean, you're not going to beat New York.
Yeah, and plus, like, if this one in this job, he said has more pay, $10,000 more, you can get a really crappy place in Brooklyn,
and
where you were used to live.
Yeah, and if you want that place. And prices are really low right now because of the pandemic, but they're only going to go up. So your window is very small.
Yeah, and then just have that be your work pad, and have your Jersey place be your like weekend place or something. I don't know. Maybe you could have a buddy stay there. I don't know how vigilant they are about.
Yeah, you could sublet the new place in Brooklyn.
No, the old place. He's going to be working in Brooklyn.
He can't sublet his.
But why would he sublet the place in Brooklyn?
I was having an idea and it was dumb.
I mean, it doesn't make sense, but
we know.
Have a buddy stay at your Jersey place and just hand him. He hands you cash, and then just trust that he's going to leave.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know, but there's solutions there, and that's a pickle. That's what I got into. I had got a job offer in New York. I didn't live there. I had to.
Oh, that's right.
Be homeless until I got an apartment.
Best of luck. If you want to, up your stand-up, I would say come to New York because you don't know. If this is a once-in-a-lifetime gig opportunity, this job. But if not, wait it out the year lease and reapply to move in Brooklyn next year.
Yeah. There's a lot of solutions here. And then if nothing of them works out, there'll always be another job. So don't sweat it. Just know some things you don't have to jump on right away.
Right. And whatever you do, buy a pressure cooker new.
Don't skimp. Okay, don't skip on that Scampy. All right, I have to leave, so
Yes.
Let's wrap it up. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Follow us on YouTube. YouTube/C/Panic Attacking is our URL. Because I tried to Google Panic Attacking YouTube, and I think it's too new. It doesn't come up right away. So
that's weird.
put in the URL or follow us on Instagram, Panic Attacking Podcast. All the links to everything is there. Patreon, 4 bonus episodes a month, plus other content. And these bonus episodes are more personal and
way more personal, and they're really fun.
They're a lot of fun. So check it out. Thanks so much for subscribing, and we love you all.
Stay tuned for the outro.
Stay tuned.
My heart starts beating really fast.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to the episode.
Really appreciate all the support. If you like the podcast, please share it. Tell all your friends. Give us a high rating. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. And we're on social media. I'm at Not Steve Rogers on Instagram and Twitter. Steven Rogers Comedy on Facebook, and StevenRogersComedy.com.
And I am on Twitter, Chavone, SCHIAVONE, and on Instagram, I'm Andrew Chavone, same spelling as before. On Facebook, I'm Andrew.Chavone, and my website is AndrewChavone.com.
Perfect. Thanks for listening, and see you next week, guys.
See you next week.